It's a dark time for Rayman's world. Darklums, flying minions of evil energy, have risen up from the shadows and are joining forces. Working in underground lairs, Darklums fashion outfits to become Hoodlums, more powerful than before. Now the leader of the Darklums threatens the very heart of the world with his deadly plague. Can Rayman repel this wicked onslaught? Unexpectedly, it's Glowbox who saves the day. He swallows the Darklum's chief and becomes addicted to plum liquor. Now Rayman must not only save the world, but also his friend. On his journey to bring together the musical teen seductors, he must travel to unknown lands forgotten by time and survive in Naran, a savage tribe of warriors ruled by the god creature of the night, Leptus. Cunning creatures await our fist-flying hero at every turn throughout a strange and fantastic land. With nowhere left to run, can Rayman win the wills of the Naran and vanquish the army of Hoodlums? Rayman 3 is part epic quest, part whimsical comedy, bringing a rich tale of adventure to the Rayman series and taking the franchise to new heights of storytelling. The fun of the game really comes out this contrast between cartoon characters and this epic quest that await them. Crazy creatures without any common sense like Glowbox or the Teenses have to face the end of the world and terrible threats, but they are not exactly up to such tasks. It's a bit like imagining the Lord of the Ring quest, except instead of nice, smart Frodo, it's nice but quite stupid Glowbox who's in charge. Or to take another analogy, it's a bit like if Hannibal Lecter would attack the Smurfs village. Rayman 3 delivers what gamers expect from the Rayman brand: action-driven exploration through visually amazing worlds. Indeed, basic moves like running, jumping and flying are still core elements of the gameplay, along with enhanced basic abilities like throwing both fists at once, building up fists for more damage, climbing, swimming, rolling and many others. As you can see, Rayman 3 brings back the fist as the main combat weapon, just as it was in the first Rayman. Rayman 3 also features entirely new ways to use Rayman, like surfing, arcade flying with pilot and gunner options, interacting with Glowbox back, high-speed torpedo swimming, and more. And these are only the minor innovations of Rayman 3. The first major innovation is a time-based power system. The objective was to bring all new speed and rhythm to gameplay. Rayman can use time-based powers to unlock block passages or to get a boost during combat. Every power is limited in use to anywhere from 8 to 45 seconds. For example, if Rayman's way is blocked, he'll need to find a specific power to unblock his path. But as soon as he finds the power, he must hurry to use it, or else he loses it. As a result, the gameplay is punctuated with high-impact, short-term objectives. These new powers are the Tornado. It lets you bury mushrooms and use them as platforms or paralyze opponents in combat. The Giant Fist that blasts barricades or opponents. The Grapple. It lets Rayman climb at the hook or to ensnare and weaken opponents during combat. The Sniper Fist. It lets Rayman guide his fist to hit long-range targets throughout the environment. The Super Helicopter. It allows Rayman to fly upwards. Time-based powers are actually an evolution in classic keyboard gameplay. Most gamers are familiar with the same old tasks: find keys or objects to open up new areas. With Rayman 3, players become empowered with abilities in order to advance into new areas, instead of merely finding static objects. A much more exciting and gratifying feature for the player. Of course, hardcore gamers who love collecting objects can still gain rewards for doing so. Collecting every object will grant players access to bonus maps in the arcade mode. The second major innovation is what the design team calls tactical arcade combat. Combat is at the heart of Rayman 3's gameplay, and this new combat system has the power to bring a fresh and new experience into the action-adventure genre. Usually, action-adventure style combat doesn't require much thinking. You hit your target as many times as you can until you finally defeat it. Tactical arcade combat offers two ways to fight: classic and tactical. Classic fighting gives gamers what they've come to expect. Tactical fighting, however, gives them something they've never quite seen before. It gives them more advanced fighting options and more opportunities to use their own strategic ideas. Tactical arcade combat provides all sorts of fighting possibilities based on the number of enemies, enemy intelligence, and Rayman's abilities. First, there's the Hoodlums, 14 in total, each with their own special weapon. For example, snipers use long-range weapons to hit Rayman from distances. Grenaders throw grenades. Hoodsticks fly around and launch super-fast aerial attacks. Then there's the slow, armored mammoths called Krogs, with both long and close-range attacks. The next element is powerful enemy artificial intelligence. Whether alone or in a group, each enemy behaves with its own logic. A single Hoodlum is a crafty one. It fights when it has good position, retreats when in danger, and tries to avoid Rayman's fists. Groups of Hoodlums are even craftier. They use effective tactics based on the situation. They will attack Rayman from all sides, or from a secure position like a hilltop. And if they decide they cannot attack Rayman effectively, they will send for reinforcements. When different enemies group together, they will cover each other based on their specialties. A Grenader will team with a sniper, for example. A wizard will try to protect his allies fighting in close combat. And to add even more depth to the combat system, enemies will actually interact intelligently with the surroundings. If they can find vehicles, they will use them. Boats in the water, balloons in wide open spaces. They will climb hills to gain a height advantage, or even hide behind boxes. If a Hoodlum gets in trouble inside his base, he'll run away, lock the gate, and wait for the reinforcements to arrive. Better watch your step, Rayman. The final component of the tactical arcade combat is, you guessed it, the combat itself. Depending on if Rayman is fighting or platforming, the details of the combat will change. This is where Rayman can use those time-based powers we talked about before. Depending on what power Rayman uses, the micro-events of the fight will change. When he finds a new power, the enemies will respond in turn with their own strategy or power. Let's not overlook the basic abilities of Rayman either. Running, jumping, crawling, and flying take on all new strategic possibilities when facing such intelligent enemies. As a result, fighting in Rayman 3 becomes a unique combination of fighting moves, like shooting, strafing, and jumping, with Rayman's classic platform action. It's the best of both worlds. First-person shooter-style combat within a platformer world. So, when you add it all up, just one battle in Rayman 3 can offer more combat possibilities than a dozen battles in another action-adventure game.